A man stole a wealthy businessman's wallet, but then intentionally picked it up off the ground and returned it to the owner. As a token of gratitude, the businessman took out a £100 note and handed it to him. To everyone's surprise, the man immediately turned around and gave the money to a woman who was begging nearby. Then, at the very last second, he jumped onto the subway train. It turned out that he was a highly intelligent vigilante thief who stole wallets only to rob the rich and give to the poor. Every night, he would sneak into the homes of the wealthy and powerful, but he wouldn't take anything valuable. Instead, he would just leave his graffiti tag on the wall. As a result, he had gained millions of followers online. This time, he planned to challenge himself by breaking into the local chief judge's house. But as soon as he entered, he was shocked to discover that the judge's drawer contained many strange props and even a few photos of young men with eerie expressions on their faces. He deduced that the judge must have some unspeakable secrets. Sure enough, behind a closet in the basement, he discovered a hidden room. Peering through the peephole, the sight inside made his blood run cold, and he just wanted to get out of this creepy place as fast as possible. But it was already too late to leave. The judge's phone had received an intrusion alert from his home security system, so he had specifically come back to check. However, after searching the entire house, the judge couldn't find anything unusual and thought there must be something wrong with the alarm. That's when he happened to look up and noticed that a painting on the wall was crooked. At this moment, the vigilante quietly slipped away behind him, but the judge seemed to hear the sound of the door closing. He hurried to the door to check outside. Fortunately, the vigilante had laid down on the lawn, narrowly escaping detection. Having escaped by the skin of his teeth, he went to a phone booth and made an anonymous call to the police station, because just now, in the basement, he had seen a man being imprisoned and abused. But due to the hidden location of the secret room, the police didn't find anything suspicious and had no choice but to leave. Seeing this, the vigilante was furious. That night, he snuck into the judge's house again. As soon as he saw the judge enter the secret room, he grabbed the handiest weapon and rushed into the room, ready to teach the judge a lesson. But as soon as he burst in, he accidentally tripped and fell. Seeing the fresh prey that had delivered itself to his doorstep, the judge mercilessly bludgeoned him with a club, then burned the vigilante to ashes and flushed him down the toilet. After 2 days without any news from her son, the mother decided to call the police. After investigating, the police discovered that the recently missing men had all passed through the street where the judge's house was located. Combined with the previous emergency call, the judge became a key suspect. The police immediately searched the judge's residence. The judge thought he could escape unscathed, but this time the prosecutor searched very carefully and actually discovered the secret room hidden behind a shelf. But when they opened the door to the secret room, there were only some daily necessities inside. An experienced police officer noticed something unusual about the door. The peephole could only be used to look inside from the outside. Realizing that everything was about to be exposed, the judge had no choice but to claim in a panic that the construction workers must have made a mistake, and he threatened the prosecutor. The prosecutor was so angry, but in the end he arrested the judge for obstruction of justice. But unexpectedly, this was all part of the chief judge's plan, because he knew that if they kept investigating, everything would be discovered. It was better to go to the police station early. If they couldn't produce evidence, they wouldn't be able to convict him. Sure enough, 2 hours later, the judge was released from the police station due to lack of evidence. However, the vigilante's mother didn't believe it. She suspected that the judge was the one who killed her son. One day, while staking out near the judge's house, she saw the judge bring a handsome young man home. Not long after, the young man jumped out of the window and escaped. Due to copyright restrictions, I can only take you this far into the movie. The title of this film is I Came By.